Join me as I dive into the challenge of uncovering the secret to passing my CSCS exam in physical therapy school. If you're a physical therapy student, you're likely no stranger to the Certified Strength and Conditioning Specialist or CSCS exam. This certificate is a game changer for aspiring professionals like you as it demonstrates your expertise in exercise science and your ability to design safe and effective workout programs. Passing the CSCS exam is a great advancement to your schooling and career, but let's face it, it can be tough. Many students struggle with test anxiety and feeling overwhelmed by the sheer volume of study material. I've been there too. Trying to make sense of complex concepts like nutrition and exercise physiology while also juggling classes, clinicals, and social life. So what makes the CSCS exam so challenging? For one, the material can be dense and difficult to understand. Plus, the test format can be intimidating with 220 questions and a first-time pass rate of only 40%. To make things worse, it's easy to get bogged down in the details and lose sight of the big picture. You might find yourself wondering, what's the most important thing to focus on, or how do I even start studying for this exam? These are valid concerns, and I'm here to tell you that you're not alone. Now, personally, I started studying for the CSCS exam my first month of physical therapy school and studied for about 7 months until I took the exam and ended up passing my first try. For anyone that's just starting physical therapy school or have been in it for a little while, you know there's a lot of stuff you need to study just for PT school itself. And I do want to make a disclaimer out there. If you start studying for the CSCS exam and you start lagging behind in your PT schooling, I would say go ahead and stop that. Get caught up in PT school. That's what's going to be most important right now. But if you are feeling okay and ready to study, here are a couple tips that'll help you pass your first try. Now, I was fortunate enough to be invited to a club that the school was starting for the CSCS exam. That included PT students, OT students, and even athletic trainers. However, the club was pretty new as that was actually the first year that they were doing it, so we were the guinea pigs. That being said, if you don't have a club yet, I would highly consider at least getting with some classmates and deciding together that you're going to study. It is a great help. A couple things that happens when you're with other people studying is one, it keeps you on track, and two, the concepts can be pretty dense, and having the opportunity to talk to somebody about it helps clear up any muddy points that you might have and helps you even remember and retain that information for longer. Another thing I did is used the Pocket Prep app, something you may have heard of. It's fairly affordable and they have a ton of practice questions and quizzes that you can take to help you prepare for the exam. Now let's jump into how I structured my study. Now I'm a big believer in reading the actual textbook. So I got the Strength and Conditioning textbook from the NSCA and I read it cover to cover. Now I know that can sound daunting, but what we did is we actually as a club broke it down into chapters. We read 1 to maybe 3 chapters if they were short every week and then talked about it that week later on. Now over a 7-month period, this was not too much reading to tell you the truth. Going through 24 chapters in 7 months is honestly pretty easy. Now, getting closer to the exam, once I finished all the chapters, it was time to hone down on the subjects that I thought might be most important or ones that I didn't understand completely. Being in physical therapy school, honestly, the exercise physiology and all the anatomy and stuff was pretty easy and understandable because we were talking about that in school all the time. So that's something that I'd say if you already talked about it in school, you probably got it fresh on your memory and you'll be okay with that. The aspects that I needed to prepare for more because we didn't talk a ton about it in school was number 1, nutrition. Now personally, I feel okay about nutrition. I know that carbs have 4 calories and fats have 9. However, the exam goes into pretty big depth on nutrition because they want you to be able to write specific nutrition plans for particular athletes. Some other sections that I just wasn't super strong in that I needed to study a little bit more was the psychology section, as well as the chapters at the end of the book talking about gym layouts and regulations like that. Other things that we didn't talk a whole lot about in school, we kind of touched on it, but it wasn't a big subject. That being said, your guys' strong suits may be different than mine. That's why I liked the app Pocket Prep, and I promise I'm not getting any money by them for endorsing. But by taking the practice questions, it actually breaks it down by subject, what you're lacking in, and what you should be studying more, which really helped me prepare for the exam. I think getting your CSCS is a great idea. It's personally helped me with physical therapy school. Creating practice programs and doing proper structuring it just helped me get a deeper knowledge of that kind of content. If you have any other questions about the exam or have more study tips, leave them in the comments below. And make sure to like and subscribe for more great videos like this one.